Tonight, when your dog climbs into your bed or curls up beside you on the couch, you will probably smile, maybe move over a little to give them space, and think nothing more of it. It is just what they do. It is just habit. It is just your dog being your dog. But what if that moment, that ordinary, unremarkable nightly ritual that you have stopped noticing entirely, is actually one of the most scientifically extraordinary things happening in your home? What if the place your dog chooses to sleep is not random at all, but the result of a deeply complex neurological and evolutionary decision that reveals more about how they feel about you than almost anything else they do? Because that is exactly what the science says. And by the time you finish this video, you will never look at your sleeping dog the same way again. Stay until number 6. Because the last thing we cover is something that happens while you are completely unconscious every single night. And when you understand what your dog is actually doing while you sleep, it will change everything. 1. Sleep is the most vulnerable moment in any animal's life, and your dog chooses to spend it next to you. Think about what sleep actually means from a biological survival standpoint. It is the moment when every defense goes down, when awareness drops, when the ability to respond to threat is at its absolute lowest. For any animal that evolved in an environment where predators existed, sleep was genuinely dangerous. It required either a completely safe location or the presence of trusted others who could provide protection. Your dog still carries that wiring. 15,000 years of domestication has not erased the fundamental biological reality that sleep requires safety. And yet, every single night your dog walks past every quiet corner of your home, every tucked-away spot, every safe enclosed space, and chooses to sleep next to a human. Not just any human. You. Researchers studying dog attachment behavior have consistently found that dogs show a strong preference for sleeping in close proximity to their primary attachment figure. Not because the bed is comfortable, not because you are warm, but because you are the individual their nervous system has identified as their secure base. The one presence in the world that allows their brain to fully power down, because on some deep biological level they know that as long as you are there, they are safe. Every time your dog chooses to sleep next to you, they are making a statement that goes all the way back to the first wolves that chose to sleep near human fires. You are safe. You are trusted. You are worth being vulnerable next to. That is not a small thing. That is one of the oldest and most profound compliments one living creature can pay to another. 2. Your dog's body physically synchronizes with yours while you sleep. This is the one that stops most people completely, because it sounds like something from a movie. But the research is real and it is extraordinary. Studies measuring physiological responses in dogs during close contact with their owners found something remarkable. When dogs sleep in physical contact with or in very close proximity to their bonded human, their cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone, drop significantly. Their heart rate slows. Their breathing deepens. Their nervous system enters a state of genuine rest that is measurably deeper than when they sleep alone. But here is the part that most people never hear about. The same thing happens to you. Research published in the journal Sleep found that women who slept with a dog in their bed reported stronger feelings of security and comfort than those who slept with a human partner or alone. Their sleep quality was measurably better. Their sense of safety while sleeping was higher. You are not just letting your dog sleep with you. You are both, without knowing it, regulating each other's nervous systems through the night. Your breathing patterns gradually align. Your body temperatures balance. Your sleep cycles begin to mirror each other in ways that neither of you is consciously controlling. Night after night, your two nervous systems are having a conversation you are both completely unaware of. A biological dialogue that started the moment your dog first chose to sleep beside you and has been running every night since. And this is only point 2. What we cover at point 4 about what your dog is actually doing while you sleep is something most owners find almost impossible to believe. Stay with me. 3. The position your dog chooses tells you exactly how they feel. Your dog does not just choose to sleep near you. They choose exactly where near you. And that placement is not random. It is deliberate. It is specific. And it carries a meaning that most owners completely miss. A dog sleeping pressed against your back is covering your blind side. In pack behavior, turning your back to another individual is one of the highest expressions of trust that exists. It means you are certain they will not harm you from behind. Your dog sleeping against your back is simultaneously expressing complete trust in you and taking responsibility for protecting the direction you cannot see. A dog sleeping at your feet is grounding themselves at the point from which they can respond fastest. It is a protective position. It is your dog saying, "I am here. I am ready, and if anything comes through that door, I will be the first to know." A dog sleeping pressed against your side with their body fully against yours has switched off every protective instinct in favor of pure connection. That is not a dog seeking warmth. That is a dog who feels so completely safe in your presence that closeness itself is the only thing they are seeking. A dog sleeping facing the door while their back is against you is performing active protective surveillance on your behalf. They are watching the entry points so you do not have to. The unspoken agreement. You cover my back, I cover your front. Every position your dog chooses when they sleep near you is a sentence in a language they have been speaking to you every single night. And now you know how to read it. And if this is already changing how you see your dog, go ahead and subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around what the science actually says, not what we assume. What comes next is the part of this story that most owners find genuinely hard to believe. 4. Your dog is not fully asleep while they are next to you. Here is something that will change the way you think about every night you have ever spent with your dog beside you. Research into canine sleep patterns has found that dogs sleeping in close proximity to their owners maintain a level of environmental awareness that they do not maintain when sleeping alone or in a separate space. What this means in practical terms is this: while you are in deep sleep, completely unconscious and completely unaware of your environment, your dog is maintaining a low level of alertness specifically oriented toward protecting you. Not constantly, not in a way that prevents them from getting the rest they need, but in a way that keeps one part of their brain tuned to the sounds and signals of their environment with their body positioned to respond. This is not something they were trained to do. It is not something you asked of them. It is an ancient, instinct-driven behavior that predates domestication entirely. In the wild, pack members did not all sleep at the same depth simultaneously. Different individuals maintained different levels of alertness to ensure the group's safety through the night. Your dog has assigned themselves the night watch. Every single night. Without being asked. Without reward. Without ever once getting credit for it. You have been sleeping safely for years, partly because of a creature lying beside you who never fully let their guard down. And you never even knew it was happening. 5. What your dog dreams about while they sleep next to you. In 2001, researchers at MIT made a discovery that fundamentally changed the scientific understanding of animal consciousness. By studying the brain activity of sleeping rats, they found that animals experience REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, in a way that is functionally identical to human dreaming. Their brains replayed the events of their day during sleep in vivid, active, neurologically complex ways. Dogs show the same REM sleep patterns. And the research on what dogs dream about is both fascinating and deeply moving. Studies tracking brain activity in sleeping dogs found that their dream content appears to be strongly connected to their daily emotional experiences. Dogs who had positive, engaging days showed more active and apparently pleasant dream states. Dogs who had experienced stress or anxiety showed more disrupted sleep patterns. But here is what matters most for you. Research strongly suggests that dogs dream about the individuals they are most bonded to. The faces, the scents, the voices of the people who matter most to them appear to be present in their dream states in measurable neurological ways. Your dog falls asleep beside you and dreams about you. Not about food, not about other dogs, about you. The person whose scent surrounds them as they sleep. The person whose breathing they have synchronized with. The person who is the center of their entire waking world and who, apparently, follows them even into sleep. 6. What it means when they suddenly stop. Everything we have talked about makes this final point the most important one. A dog who has slept beside you for months or years and suddenly stops is not being difficult. They are not being distant. They are communicating something that deserves your full attention. The most important possibility first. Dogs instinctively withdraw when they are in pain or feeling physically unwell. It is one of the oldest survival mechanisms that exists. Hide the vulnerability. Do not show weakness. A dog who suddenly seeks solitude during sleep, particularly an older dog, may be telling you something their body has no other way to say. If your dog suddenly stops sleeping near you after years of doing so, a conversation with your vet is always worth having. Beyond physical health, look at what has changed in their environment. A new person in the home, a new animal, a shift in routine that feels small to you and enormous to them. Dogs are exquisitely sensitive to changes in their social and territorial environment, and those changes can ripple through their behavior in ways that are not always immediately obvious. And sometimes it is emotional. If something frightened your dog in the bedroom, if a conflict happened in that space, if they associated that environment with something that unsettled them deeply, they may create distance to protect themselves until they feel safe again. The key is simply this: pay attention. Your dog chose to sleep beside you because you were the safest place they knew. If that changes, they are not pulling away from you. They are telling you something, and they are trusting you to be the kind of person who notices and who cares enough to find out why. Every night your dog makes a choice. They walk past every quiet corner and every soft tucked away spot in your home, and they come to find you. They settle their body against yours. They synchronize their breathing with yours. They dream about you, and they keep one part of their brain quietly alert through the night so that you can sleep without worry. You thought they were just sleeping beside you, but they were doing something far more ancient and far more profound than that. They were choosing you. Again, the way they choose you every single day, the way they have always chosen you. And tomorrow night, when they climb up beside you and settle in, you will know exactly what that means. If this moved you today, share it with every dog owner you know. Subscribe for more of what the science actually says about the animal who loves you more completely than you have ever fully understood. And drop a comment below. Where does your dog sleep and what position do they choose? Tell me. We read every single one.